Good evening and welcome. You're watching ET Now. The show is Startup Central, the first and only daily show in India dedicated to startups and entrepreneurship. And I'm Ruchi Bhatia. Let's start with wishing all our viewers and all our women viewers especially a very happy International Women's Day. And on this special day, we have a power-packed show lined up for you over the next 20 minutes. We first, in fact, speak to young women entrepreneurs who join us to share their journey and the hurdles they may have faced in that. So let's take it across straight to Rahul Dayama, who caught up with entrepreneurs from across the country at IIM Bangalore. In fact, women entrepreneurs slowly breaking stereotypes, building solid businesses. What is it really like to be an entrepreneur, and why do women no more want to be treated differently? Let's take a look.
We have another special, really. This time, it's quite difficult to sit down with a bunch of entrepreneurs and get talking about their journeys and what they really want to achieve. But remember, a lot has changed over the last 5 years as far as startups is concerned, the big boost for entrepreneurship. I'm here at the IIMB campus where Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women Initiative, it's a global platform that sort of brings women together and addresses critical needs about go-to-market access, tips on securing funding and ensuring that a network really builds around it. And joining me are a bunch of entrepreneurs who've come down to Bangalore, mind you, from several cities. We have a vibrant mix of businesses as well. Thank you all so much for taking out the time and joining us. Wonderful having all of you. Let me start with you. We spoke about Startup India, startups. Would you agree that a lot has changed in terms of not how, registrations, business starting really works, but how people really pursue an entrepreneur these days?
Yeah, Rahul, absolutely. I see that there's a lot of positive feedback now about entrepreneurship. In fact, it has become it's become very fashionable to be an entrepreneur, and even families are encouraging. It doesn't matter whether men or women, people are encouraging, and there is a support system which is building in which, like an IMB and this Goldman Sachs program is a great example of how women and entrepreneurs are being supported in their journey. So I see a lot of positive things happening around, and entrepreneurship is being promoted in a big way, and I'm happy to be a part of this program.
Nice. Let's get it out of way. We sort of discussed it initially before. Women's Day, is it still relevant? I know we have this conversation every time. Would you agree, or the fact that, the fact that we're having these conversations and, take things forward, it's okay? How many of you have a problem with the day called Women's Day? You want to lift your hand? Okay. So mixed crowd. What do you really make of it?
For me, I think it's a celebration in itself to be what you are. Sure. And there is no harm in that. You could choose any day to celebrate. And why not one day where we connect, we interact. This platform has given us a tremendous opportunity, and it so happens to be falling on a Women's Day that we are going to be here. What more occasion than to share our thoughts, our businesses, our line of thinking, where we are from, our journeys. It's just too good an opportunity that we could miss. So why not celebrate? That's what I would see.
All right. Coming to, the businesses that you operate in, I know the cliched norm of how you see women entrepreneurs. Look at some businesses that has changed. There's not a specific sector that you would find women entrepreneurs solving for. So that has definitely changed. Talk to us about what business you're in and the notion that has really changed, that women can not only be part of the workforce, but solve interesting problems across industries.
Sure. So my name is Kimiko, and I run a beautiful store called Eka. We are in retail, and I've been doing this for about 19, 20 years. So retail has traditionally been a very man-centric industry, but I've been doing this for 19 years, and I love it. And people who walk into my store can see the passion behind the business, and that is what brings in the special flavor that my store is all about. It is a woman's perspective, the touch, the feel, the color, the decor, the display, all of that. And that perhaps is what sets my industry and my store apart from most of the retail stores that are run by men.
Plus you source them yourself.
Of course. Every single piece is hand-picked, and that's what makes it special. It has my stamp on it. And that is perhaps why women are my customers, and they love what we have in the store.
Don't accuse me of being biased, but I ask this to men out there also who are building businesses. How easy or difficult it is, the balancing act? Is there enough support from family back home? The fact that you travel extensively, and would you agree that it's a lot more crucial for a women entrepreneur to have that support? Don't accuse me of being. I ask the men the same question.
Okay, hi, I'm Divya Arora, and I'm a mithai maker, or in the local language you can say I'm a halwai. So being in this industry from last 6 years, I've realized that it's a totally male-dominated segment. And as far as the balance is concerned, I think it's more in the mind than on the field. And when I started, it was very difficult for the players who have been making mithais for past 20 years to really go and tell them that you need to change this and make something different. But yes, when they see a genuine interest in bringing about a change or getting their creativity in the forefront, I think they somehow just flow. And
it all falls in place.
It just falls in place. It takes a little while, but it does. And as far as the back-end system or support is concerned, I think it is extremely important, because we are end of the day women who have, a certain sense of greater responsibility of looking after.
Support systems, networking, all of that good. But for a business to grow, I know not all of them, but capital is very important. If you're pulling in internally is fine, but there are times that you have to make that pitch if you want to grow beyond certain markets. Do investors really view women entrepreneurs differently, or has that notion really changed?
I think it has changed. As far as for me it's concerned, I'm Sunita Bohra from Nasik, and I have a school. It's an English medium where we provide high quality English medium education to the middle income section of the society, where we deliver at the affordable fee structure. So as far as investor is concerned, we have invested ourselves. So I won't be the right person to speak about that. But yeah, definitely, if you give them the space, they have a choice to speak on that. But if it's my institution, I'm fully committed, because I'll work according to my vision. So my vision is like to create an impact in the society, to bring a meaningful change in the society. The kids, they're transforming their life. So maybe the investor who is coming in might not share the same vision with me.
Got it. But nothing really like building a business with your own money, depending on the business you are. If you could ask any investor, not going after investors and building a company is also. You want to add to that point? I'll come to you next. But you want to add to it?
Hi, I'm Deepti. I run 2 indoor play areas in Bangalore called Kids Adda. So the whole concept was developed by myself, because I saw a gap in the industry of children's entertainment and also children's birthday party celebrations. So when I came up with this concept, of course, we invested ourselves, and with the help of my family as well. So really we didn't have any external investors as such. But then I really take pride in saying that all the men in the family believed in what I said and what I did. All I had to do is propose to them, show them the numbers, and prove that the concept would work. And as much as we come from a very traditional South Indian conservative family, the mindset of the men are changing nowadays, and they all believed in what I wanted to do, and they all truly supported me.
About the fact that, women don't want to be treated differently. You'd want to be judged on the business that you're doing, on the product that you're offering and the service you're offering. Is that also your ask? Don't treat us differently, just let us be and we'll take care of our business.
Yes, very much, because, earlier, probably a decade ago, women were fighting a completely different set of battles. Yeah. Now, as the startup community is becoming more cohesive and very established, especially in cities like Bangalore, there is access to a lot more networks like these. Ideally, we would want to eradicate a day like Women's Day, because every day is a Women's Day. But still, I think it's these kind of, networks, help us identify and recognize that there are women still fighting a different set of battles out there, and the ones that are more empowered can actually reach out to them and empower them. So I think in that aspect, these kind of days and all that, I still have a lot of belief in them.
All right.
So
coming to you, your quick thoughts before I sort of take some closing comments.
No, I think basically as an entrepreneur, your product or your service should speak for itself, right? So I'm Akshara, I'm from Mysore, and we manufacture essential oils and carrier oils, and my brand is called Truly Essential. I think the fundamental fact is your product or your service should speak for itself, and that is how you need to be recognized, be it a man or a woman. That quality, that truthfulness to the market, I think that's most important in anything you do.
In terms of what really was the biggest takeaway for you to be part of a program, because there are very less mediums for women entrepreneurs to connect together. I know there are a few platforms for you to come together, talk about your business, look at collaborations. So the platform also really helps you take off that way.
Yeah, in fact, that's what I was going to say when you were talking about investors earlier. I think what women really lack is mentors, which is because, you know, men generally have a little network of people who have tried it before, done it before, who can help them each other. Women tend, especially when they tell you, oh, you shouldn't be starting it in the first place, you're very unlikely to have a mentor. And that is something, this program, it's been an eye-opener. I think many of the people in our class, we didn't even know how to read balance sheets. We've had businesses going for more than 3 years. We don't know how to read.
But it's good to have that sort of a perspective, right?
Yes, and so we've learned so much, and we've also had a specific mentoring program. So that's been amazing.
I'm sorry, I'm running out of time. I'll come to you and then end it. We'll take a lot of this conversation offline over lunch.
I think, so with regards to this particular experience, it's definitely been an amazing experience, number one. Three things which have made a difference is, one is, I think this particular program has been able to hone all our business acumen skills, right? Give us the necessary insights to actually realize our dreams, is what I would say, right? The second one is, working on networking with like-minded people, right? And then I say women, who pretty much face the same challenges.
So, you're not alone as far as the battle is concerned.
So I think sharing those experiences, talking to each other has really helped us, and to a certain large extent build our confidence, right? Third thing which I can talk about is the IMB professors. I think they've been very friendly, approachable, and I would say is that they've shown genuineness in, giving us the necessary advice and the guidance.
All right, that's the journey of women entrepreneurs that they were sharing with Rahul Dayama. As they say, it's not about fitting into the glass shoe, but breaking glass ceilings. On the other side, do stay tuned with us. We will be speaking to Neha Bagaria and Neha Singh. Neha Bagaria is the founder of Jobs for Her, and Neha Singh, the co-founder of Traction. We speak to both these women and talk about what is it that we need to do to push women entrepreneurs even further. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Startup Central with me, Ruchi Bhatia. Let's put the spotlight on this Women's Day on founders, women founders. While women representation, the tech and startup space is not satisfactory, they have been breaking the glass ceiling in their own different ways. And today we speak about what women want, what women entrepreneurs across India want, with two very special women joining us on the show. Neha Bagaria, the founder of Jobs for Her, joining us from Bengaluru, and also Neha Singh, the co-founder of Traction. Neha Singh, let me first come to you. The data from Venture Intelligence shows that the percentage of women founded startups among the top 150 funded startups is still below 10%. That's barely moving the needle in the last 3 years. What is really the missing piece here, and how can that improve?
Yeah, so the percentage is actually lower than what a lot of us would want, but I think if you look at even the funnel, even one step before as to the percentage of women in like the colleges, which are sort of the feeder network to the startups. So to give you an example, like in IIT Bombay, in my batch, there was out of 600 students, there were like 30 females. So you're still talking about like 5-6% of people being female. So I think it's overall, I guess, just the number of females in the colleges and professionals, which feeds into the startup ecosystem.
Absolutely. Neha Bagaria, let me take this point across with you. Is this because fewer women are starting up, or do you believe there's a reluctance coming in from investors to put in funds in companies that are started by women? Where really is the bigger problem?
Sure. So we definitely don't have a problem at the graduation level, right? Today, about 40% of the graduating class across India is women, and that's a big improvement that has happened in our generation. And also, by the way, women love becoming entrepreneurs because they feel that they will get the flexibility that they require by doing so. But the challenge actually lies in that they turn towards entrepreneurship to find flexibility and not necessarily to solve a big scalable problem with a very big scalable solution. And frankly, for investors, they would be looking at investing into a startup that is looking at solving a big problem and looking at building a scalable solution. So I feel like the problem is a deeper one. It lies with the funnel, like Neha said, and it lies from the investors as well.
Right. Neha Singh, that's a very valid point that has been put across. Will having more women investors help this ratio? Big VCs are still a very male-dominated domain. So what is it that really needs to be done to ensure that there is more presence of women all across?
Sure. So yeah, the current percentage of like female partners which are there in the VC industry is abysmally low, and it's not just actually in India, it's also global. Like even if you look at the Bay Area, even if you look at US, the number of female partners are sort of pretty limited in that sense. I don't think that having the more number of partners will probably increase more female backed startups being funded. But having said that, it would be, I guess, we are all looking forward to having more females, in the VC industry as well.
Absolutely, but where is the missing piece? Like, what is it that is lacking? What is it that women really want, Neha? Neha Singh.
Right. So I would say it is probably it's just a passage of time, and I think as we are seeing more examples, like even if we were to take the startup community and the number of female founders, right? Like as you see more examples, it is more helpful for you to figure out, okay, now you can do 10 other things along with sort of running a company. So as you have sort of more role models, more examples, I think the likelihood of people taking the plunge should increase, and that I see as an increasing trend in the past couple of years. Like even the female focused like events that are there, earlier there would be like hardly like a very small lot. Right now that number is sort of increasing.
All right, on that note, Neha Bagaria and Neha Singh, many thanks for taking your time out and speaking to us at ET Now.